How's it going, everyone? And in this video we are going to be walking through how to solve and plot coupled differential equations in Python. And so what I have here on the screen and what I'll provide a link to in the description to a Google Doc is 3 coupled ordinary differential equations that are all functions of time. And so we've got a, b, and c as these functions, and then we've also got a series of constants that are associated with all of these coupled differential equations. And finally we have a set of initial conditions for each one of our functions that we're going to be plotting and solving for. And finally, I just want to make a note here that this content has been adapted from apmonitor.com. They've got a little example on this, so I've basically used this as a template to provide an abridged version of how to do this stuff in Python. So this is what we're going to be solving, and we'll get to it. So very first thing I'm going to do is open up my little Python terminal. I'm using PyCharm. You can use whatever you'd like. And so the very first thing we're doing inside of PyCharm is importing the appropriate packages and libraries. We're using scipy.integrate and specifically their ODE int package or class, because that is what's going to be actually evaluating these ODEs at each time point. From NumPy, we're taking the linspace method to get the time vector to actually use when we're trying to plot the results using matplotlib. So these are the 3 dependencies for this particular Python script that we'll be using. If you, at any point you get an error message, you can always go into your terminal, and I'm using Windows, but you can do this on Mac too. You just type in pip install and then the name of a missing package, like NumPy if you don't have NumPy installed. So that's how you do it. Now we're going to minimize that terminal and we'll get started. So the very first thing we're going to be doing is defining a function inside of our script to actually contain all of our initial conditions as well as the ordinary differential equations. So I'm just going to call this def ODEs, and that's going to take in a thing called x. X is actually a vector, and it's also going to take in time. Then you're going to do a colon, and now we're going to actually define this function in Python. Our constants here are going to be the following. So alpha1, I'll just call it a1, is 3e to the 5th, 300,000. a2 is 0.2, a3 is 4e minus 7, a4 is 0.6, a5 is 8, and then a6, if we scroll down here, is 90. Okay, so we've defined our constants. Now we will actually define our coupled ODEs. So these are the actual differential equations. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to assign each ODE to a vector element. And so what I mean by this is, so I've got my first function a of t. So I'll say a is x0 because x, the argument to this ODEs function we're defining, will be the first element. B will be equivalent to the second element, index 1, and then c will be equivalent to the third element, which is index 2. And now we can actually define each ODE as follows. So we've got this little thing here, dA dt is equal to a1 minus a2 times a minus a3 times a times c. dB dt is equivalent to a3 times, I'm just reading off of here, a times c. I probably just want to not have spaces just so we're consistent. A times c minus a4 times b. And then finally we've got dc dt, which is equivalent to minus a3 times a times c, and then minus a5 times c plus a6 times b. And so now that we've defined all of our ODEs, the next thing we're going to be doing here is just returning the list of these ODEs that we've just defined. So return list, and then we've got dA dt, dB dt, dC dt. And so that's all we need to do for this particular method. I'm going to collapse this just so we can keep on seeing what's happening. Now I'm going to define the initial conditions for our ODEs. And we know based on the problem statement here that I'll call it x naught to define our initial conditions, we're going to have a vector in which a of t, the first element in x, was equivalent to 2e to the 6. And then we had b of t at t equals 0 equal to 0, and then c of t at t equals 0 is 90. So we've defined our initial conditions. And then if we wanted to, as a good little checkpoint at this point, because I know we've just done a lot of typing, if we wanted to check and make sure if we haven't made any little typos in Python, what we can do is test the defined ODEs as follows by doing a little print statement, and then we can just say ODEs, so we're calling the function that we just created. We are going to be passing it the x naught list of our initial conditions, and then we're also going to be saying that t here is equal to 0. And then if you want to be super explicit in Python, you can do this. So you can say like x equals that, t equals that, and then when we run this, and you can do this in PyCharm by just right-clicking anywhere in the IDE and then clicking run, it should come back to us and print out some initial conditions or give us some values. If you're getting an error statement here, you would look back into your actual ODEs function to make sure you've defined everything correctly. But in this case I'm going to comment this out, but that is how we get this solved. Next, or that was how we test it. Next, what we're going to be doing is actually solving it. So the very first thing we're going to do is declare a time vector. Let me minimize that. Declare a time vector, and this is equivalent to like a time window that you would be defining in your TI-89 calculator. And here what I'm going to be doing is saying that t will be equivalent to numpy.linspace, and we are going to be looking at from t equals 0 to t equals 15, and then optionally we can put in how many time points we want to simulate. If it's taking a really long time, you can probably decrease the number of time points if you don't need a really beautifully smooth curve. In this case, I'll just do 1,000 time points, but that is optional. You can just leave off the 1,000 and see how it does. Next, we're going to now actually evaluate all of these vectors at each time point that we've just declared by calling ODEInt. And ODEInt is going to take in the ordinary differential equations that we've just defined. And this is that series, this coupled differential equations we've been defining. We're going to also pass in the time vector that we've just created. And then finally, the second argument is actually the initial conditions, and then finally the time vector that we'll be interested in. So we're going to evaluate this. If you wanted to, you could run this and just see if you get any errors. It's not really that useful to run it though, because you're not going to get anything back if you don't have any errors. So I'm just going to chug through and plot the results. So now what we're going to say is that a of t evaluated at all these t points will be equivalent to x, and then what we basically want is the very first column of stuff in this matrix, basically that's getting returned from ODEInt, colon, comma, 0, and then b of t is equivalent to x, colon, comma, 1, and then c is equivalent to x, colon, comma, 2. So the third row within this matrix called x that gets returned from ODEInt is what we're going to care about. Now we actually plot the results, and we can do that by calling plt dot, and having known this a priori, these numbers are huge, so we're going to be using a semi-log plot with respect to y. And so we're just going to pass in our independent variable, our input time, and then our dependent variable, which is a, and we're just going to do this again for the other values here. We've got b and c, and I think, oh, we need to also show it. So plt.show to make it show us our beautiful chart. So that is all we need to do. We're going to run this now and see what happens. Hope we don't get any blood in the console. And there you go, Bob's your uncle. So if we expand this, we can take a bigger look at this plot. So we've got this. Ideally, you would label this, but I'm going to save that because that's something you guys can look up pretty quick. You can label your x and your y-axis, give your chart a title, and then also give a legend as to which each one of these curves are. So that is going to wrap things up for this video. I hope you guys find this stuff useful, I will provide a link to the GitHub repo where all of this Python code has been defined so that you guys can feel free to take a look through it as you like. And I'll also provide a link to this Google Doc so you can review the problem statement, constants, and initial conditions. So hope this video helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you all for watching.